I'm going to be showing you how to make this very easy dress. This is about 2 yards and like up to half yard, 2 yards and half. So what I did here is, I think, 2 yards and 10 inches more. So what I did here is just to fold the fabric into two, and then I'm going to just fold it this way, right? I'm going to be making this dress here, so I'm going to just fold it this way. So I'm going to come in at this angle here and insert my dress length. So and check and make sure that my dress length is going to fit in there. So my dress is going to be 34 because it's a short dress, 34.5. So I added extra 1.5 to it. So I have about 36 here. So that's going to be my dress length. At that point, I'm going to mark where it stops at this point here. And then I'm going to mark a straight line across this way. So guys, at this point here, I just went ahead and used this as my shoulder line. So the shoulder I'm working with is about 17, divided by 2 is going to be 8.5. So I'm going to mark that here. And then on this line, I came down here and put in my armhole. So my armhole is about 20, divided by 2 is 10. I put it here. And then I gave it a curve. Came down here by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Came in here, marked my 3 inches of neckline. 3 inches of neckline. Now I'm going to connect this shoulder slope to this point here. And then from this point here, I'm going to insert my neckline. So my back neckline is going to be just 1 inch. But my front neckline is going to be about 3.5 inches, which is here. So I'm going to bring that one down here. So this is my back neckline, my front neckline. If you're more on the bigger side, use 2.5 yards of fabric. If you're more on the bigger side and if you want more flare, you can use 2.5 yards of fabric. But I'm just using like this is just the fabric I have left that I'm using here. But if you want more flare at the end and you are more on the bigger side, try to use about 2.5 yards of fabric, because I'm managing this here just to get this style. So the next thing I'm going to do now is, from this point here, I'm going to go ahead and mark that 36, which is the length of this dress, including the seam allowance. So I'm just going to place it here on this straight line here, and I'm going to keep marking 36 all the way around to this point here. So guys, as you can see, I've marked that here, and then all I have to do is to come in here and insert my measurement, which is 42 divided by 4 is going to be about 10.5, right? And then extra 1 inch of seam allowance is what I have here, and then I'm going to mark it like this. If you measure your bust and it's more than the line here, let's say you measure your bust and it's somewhere here, right? All you have to do, you can still add ease. You can do your bust measurement divided by 4 plus 2, 1 inch of ease and 1 inch of seam allowance, and then you blend in that line this way. You blend it into this line like this, you see? So just angle it this way, but mine fits in exactly on the fold of the fabric, so I don't have to cut out anything. I'm just going to use the angle of the fabric on itself. So I'm just going to go ahead now, cut this part out, cut it all the way here, come in here for my armhole, cut all the way here, my shoulder slope, front and back neckline. So guys, as you can see, I've separated my front and the back panel. So now I'm going to cut out my front neckline. And as you can see, I also opened up this neckline here. You can come down here by 5 inches or 6 inches, depending on what you want to use, because this dress doesn't have a button at the back. So this opening at the front neckline is what will help you pass your head through it. So you can come down 5 inches or 6 inches, depending on you. And then the next thing I'm going to do here is to come in here and shape in my front armhole. So on this straight line here, I have about 9 inches on my armhole line. Half of it is going to be 4.5. I'm going to come in here and mark half an inch in, and then I'm going to connect it in a straight line at this top part here on this angle, and then with a curve for the rest of it down this way. So that's just it here. I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. You can see I've finished up with the dress, traced out the front armhole. So now we'll go over to tracing the sleeve. Like I said, I'm just trying to use these 2 yards and half and about 10 inches more to make the whole dress. So from this here, you see this piece of fabric here, I'm going to trace out my sleeve. But if you're using a normal fabric, just go ahead, cut out what you need for your sleeve. So on a fold, I need about 10 inches for my armhole. So that's this straight line that I marked here. From this point to this point, 10 inches. That's my armhole divided by 2, which is 10. My armhole is 20. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to go up here by that 4 inches for my sleeve height, cap height, and then I'm going to connect this line together. And then after marking this straight line across, I'm going to find half of this straight line from this point to this point, which is 11, half of it is going to be 5.5. I'm going to mark a point at that 5.5, and then I'm going to give it a curve going up, and then I'm going to give it a curve below this way. So that's it here. After that, you're also going to go ahead and put in your sleeve width, and then your sleeve width is going to be about whatever it is, divided by 2, and then you're going to insert it here. So that's what I did, and then I'm going to just connect it to this point. And here, remember to also add your seam allowance. So my sleeve width is about 14, divided by 2 is going to be 7, plus 1 is 8. So that's why I have 8 here, and I connected it. So now I'm going to just go ahead and cut out my sleeve. So guys, this is what I'm using here for my ruffle. I have a lot of it here. I traced it out. So I'm going to use it to attach to the end of this here. The length I have here is about 6 inches, but remember, I'll still need to fold it end by 1 inch and use half an inch to join it. So it depends on you, the length you want your sleeve to be. You're going to add this part of your sleeve, you're going to add 1 inch to it, and then this one here, whatever you decide the length of your ruffle to be, add 1.5 to it, because you're going to be folding this end and you're going to need half an inch at the top. The 1 inch on this one is just the half an inch for joining this bottom to this one here, and then the half an inch for joining this here to this side of the sleeve. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach the ruffle to my sleeve, and then I'm going to use facing here to flip this one over and then attach my sleeve. This is my sleeve here, so all I have to do is just to attach this one on this side. So you see how I attached together here? So now I have to just put it in here. As you can see, I've done this one on this side, and then you see my front neckline, I just use this facing to finish it off. So now I also have pockets for it. So you see, I've gone here, this is what I'm using. So just basically you close up your seam, but you attach this on each side of the pocket here, and then now what I have to do is just to go back in and close up this part, so that when you come in from the outside, you can put your hand in. So that's how you attach the pockets. One stitch is made on this side, one is made on the other side of your seam, and then you close it up coming up here, close it up coming down here. So it's just about like 10 inches down from your underarm is where the first part of the pocket is going to start, and then it's going to be like 6 or 5 inches in between, and then the rest of the seam, so you can put your hand here. So I'm just going to go ahead, put in the second pocket, put in the sleeve, and fold the end of the dress. This is the dress here. As you can see, I finished it, used bias to finish up the neckline. This is what it looks like. So you see the bottom part here, and there's pockets here. This is a very simple style you can make as you're leaving. Like if you plan to leave later, you can just make it early in the morning. It's very easy. It takes like 20 minutes or so to finish it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.